Hawk to Hawk to Hawk to Hawk to
When I was 18, I would always buy my crush flowers, carry her backpack, and take her shopping. And after all my small acts of kindness had accumulated over a period of 2 years, she finally invited me over to her house when her parents weren't home. However, when she pulled down her pants, she revealed the biggest, massive, ginormous, humongous horse cock I have ever seen. And since it was even bigger than mine, I smashed the nearest window, jumped out the window, smashed her mother who had just arrived home, and ran for my life. Anyways, the other day I asked you guys for your most down bad love confessions. In 4th grade, there was a boy named Xavier. He was a quiet kid wearing a hoodie all the time, and I would obsess over him. I would chase him around the block until he gets tired and I could latch onto him and breathe in his senses. But one day, there was this thing where if you piss your pants, then the school would put your clothes into a bag and you would either have to put it into your backpack or just leave it out. And I ended up taking the piss-covered clothes and sniffing it and using it as my pillow. He was caked up, I forgot to mention. Bro. You are disgusting. This is beyond creepy. You are disgusting. So you're using a dude's piss-covered clothes as a pillow to sleep on every single night? Would that not smell disgusting? Like, I don't know about you, but like whenever you piss your bed, it smells like, not speaking from experience, by the way, but like whenever you piss your bed, it smells disgusting. Like it's all wet and soggy and everything in your bed, and then you smell, and even after it dries up, it still smells. You're basically doing the same thing, but with a pillow, voluntarily. So it's almost as if he's just peeing directly into his clothes, into your pillow, in fact. And I bet that first night when you slept on it, you could feel his piss just squeezing, just oozing out and just going into your ear, and you probably got like an ear infection. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna rank this get out because, bro, using your crush's piss-covered clothes as a pillow, that is some next level down battery. I had a crush in my class called Gloria. I loved everything about her. Her eyes, her gyat, her hair, and everything in general. One day at school, I decided to go up to her and confess my feelings to her. I remember exactly what I said. It went something like, "Hey Gloria, you probably don't pay much attention to me in class, but I sure pay attention to you. How about this? Me and you can be boyfriend and girlfriend, or I can smack your ass. What do you say?" She then slapped me square across the face and called me the most disgusting weirdo she's ever seen. Of course, I was angry, so before we went to our first class, I ran to our class and I whipped out my sausage and gooned onto her desk. I quickly ran out of the classroom before anyone got to first class. But when everyone came inside, Gloria obviously saw the white goon stain on her desk and said, "Holy freaking frick, what the frick is this?" she screamed. I then said to her, "Maybe you shouldn't have rejected me." She obviously snitched on me to the principal and I got suspended for 6 days. I have no regrets by doing this to my crush. Bro, if I was the principal of that school, I would have expelled you. You only get a 6-day suspension? This is some insane revenge plot. How is this your first thought after getting rejected? Like, Jesus Christ, she's not legally, like, required to like you back. Like, it's not her fault that she doesn't like you back. Maybe this is exactly why she doesn't like you back. Like, she dodged a massive bullet. And that massive bullet was not only you, but it was also this white goon stain. Because I can see a red flag about you over here. Like, no offense, of course, but you say, "I loved everything about her. Her eyes, her gyat, her hair." Notice how, like, you say, "I loved everything about her," and the first things you say are physical attributes. You're not even gonna say you love her personality, her kindness, all of that stuff. Instead, you just love her physical features, her guyat. And why the frick would you tell her that you're gonna smack her ass when you're confessing to her? Like, of course she's gonna say that you're a weirdo. You're the most disgusting weirdo she's ever seen. Because you're giving her the option. She can either date you or you're going to physically assault her. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna rank this get out because it is not normal at all for you to, like, goon onto someone's desk as your first thought after getting rejected by your crush. You need to get out. I don't think any amount of help can save you. No offense. Like, genuinely, no amount of help can save you. You are long gone. So what? I met this one girl named Sarah and she has huge mummy milkers, so I became friends with her, giving her some milk that I modified with some of my special goon juice. And she drank it but asked why it was bitter, but little did she know, I accidentally peed inside the milk as well. So she drank my milk and didn't say anything because it was almond milk flavored. So the next day I invited her to come over to my house, and after she was in my house, I gave her my dead pet hamster as a gift. And once I got her attention, I said, "Do you want to goon with me?" And she said no. And she also said I'm a creep and left my house after that rejection. And the next day she told her classmates and it spread around the school like a wildfire. And everyone kept calling me the goon creep, so I switched schools and started my new life. Okay, are you even reading your own confession? Do you not think this is weird? Like, based on what I've read here, you like, in your head, you think this is normal. Like, you think everything you've written here is perfectly normal. You think everyone else is weird for thinking that you're weird. But in fact, if you go and proofread your confession once, like, you don't even have to, like, read it 5 times. If you read it once, you realize you are a creep. You are actually a creep. This seems extremely illegal. I'm pretty sure this is spiking. This is illegal. You gooned into a bottle of milk and she drank it. Bro, first of all, okay, honestly, it's on her. It's honestly on her. Because why would you accept a bottle of milk from a stranger and just drink it? Because first of all, like it could be like expired milk. Like you have to check the date of the milk just in case it's like expired milk. And secondly, she knew it was bitter. She tasted it and it was bitter. And I assume she just kept drinking it. But bro, if milk tastes bitter, it's probably gone off. And if it's not gone off, then it probably means someone has just gooned into it. So yeah, honestly, yeah, that is on her, but you still shouldn't have gooned inside a bottle of milk. Like, you used her kindness and trustingness to your advantage, your creepy advantage. But also, why is she accepting to come over to your house? Maybe she actually did have a crush on you as well. Maybe she liked you back. But then you went and ruined it by giving her your dead pet hamster as a gift. What sort of a romantic gift is that? Have you never heard of chocolate before? Could you have not just given her a box of chocolates? That would have been 10 times better, 100 times better than a dead pet hamster. But honestly, I don't blame her for telling everyone in the school because yeah, like she has to share her trauma with someone else. Like otherwise, it's just gonna be too much for her mentally. But imagine how she would have felt if she knew that you gooned into her milk. I don't think she ever knew this. Yeah, she never found out that you gooned into her milk. So yeah, honestly, you need to get out and go to jail. This is a criminal offense. I guarantee this is a criminal offense somewhere. Yeah, just get out, go to jail. You cannot be doing this. You need to change your ways. When I had a massive crush on this girl and I had a plan. I followed her home, my mom was at work, I climbed through the window and I gooned onto her hairbrush. It turns out she puts that hairbrush in her lasagna and she got pregnant. They never realized it was me because they were too poor to buy a DNA test. LMFAO. I mean, LMFAO. That's not funny. That is disturbing. So you indirectly impregnated your crush by gooning onto her hairbrush, which you had no idea. You had no idea she sticks that up her lasagna. How is that even possible? Like, how is it, like, first of all, how is it possible to fit a hairbrush up your lasagna? And second of all, how is it possible to get pregnant from that? But I mean, the cherry on top was that she was too poor to buy a DNA test, so they could never figure out who the father was. I guess that's LMFAO. But Jesus Christ, the dedication. You follow her home. So that's some like the red flag stalker behavior. Then you climb through the window, bro. You go Super Saiyan. You activate like the adrenaline, noradrenaline. You activate super strength to be able to climb through the window. I assume it's like on like a 2-story house or something. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's on like the ground floor. That would be pretty easy. But you planned this in advance. Okay, that is very concerning. I think you need some help. You actually need some help. No offense. When I was around that time, to be honest, I had this crush on a girl and she was goth and I gooned to a photo of her every day and I stalked her. I always stalked her too. So in my old school, there was a boys and a girls toilet. So I waited there every day for her to come. And one day she came in a rush and pooed and forgot to flush. And when I was trying to lick the seat, I saw that poo and I don't know why. I picked it up and I smelled it and I gooned to it and jizzed on it. And I put it in my bag but forgot about it until I was searching my attic and smelled a rot and opened the box and did round 2. Jesus, was round 1 not enough? You have to go back for round 2? You literally gooned to your crush's poo. How was that even humanly possible? Like, that could have been anyone else's poo. Like, what if she went into the toilet and, like, that poo was already there to begin with and she just did a wee? And what if she usually just doesn't flush the toilet when she wees and so she just left the poo there like that was there previously? So that means you would have picked up someone else's poo, ate it, and gooned to it. Does that not, like, disgust you? Does the possibility of that happening just not put you off from doing it in the first place, even if there is, like, a 1% chance that it is your crush's poo? But also, we have to address, why the frick would you, like, go into the girl's bathroom after she's left and lick the toilet seats? Are you insane? Like, do you understand how many other people have sat on that disgusting toilet seat? And I guarantee it doesn't even get cleaned daily. Like, there is probably a school janitor there, but I guarantee he does not do his job properly. I bet he only cleans it like once a month. But then how long did you have to keep that poo in your bag for it to like just rot the entire attic? And when you find it in the attic, you don't throw it in the bin like a normal person. I mean, okay, first of all, a normal person wouldn't have this in their attic. But second of all, when you find it, you go for round 2 and you goon on it again. That is very strange. I don't think I've ever heard of this before. So yeah, honestly, I think you need some help. This is borderline Get Out. I don't know whether I'm gonna give you the Get Out ranking because this is insane. This is a little bit insane. I could never imagine myself doing this ever. Like, no matter how bad my crush was. So I had a friend, not anymore, who was a bit strange. He wasn't like disabled, but he was a bit weird. He had a crush on this one girl back in and bro was not hiding it well. He stared at her constantly and one time started drooling. I told him to get it together, but when me and him were packing up our stuff one time to go to our next lesson, he noticed that she had left behind her book. I saw this and I saw him picking it up, but I didn't think too much about it, thinking that he would give it back. But in the next lesson, she started asking if anyone had seen it. I was confused and didn't really care because she was low-key chopped and I didn't give a frick. But after a week, when I went to my friend's house, we were in his room playing COD when he left to get snacks. I started looking around because I haven't been to his house before and I noticed something sticking out under his bed. When I pulled it out, my face sank because bro had her book and there were stains all over it where it looked like goon and something orange. Genuinely so sick, and it smelled like blue cheese, but instead it was a goon-covered book. I just left his house and didn't speak to his ass ever again. He also asked her out a while later and she said no, LMAO. Bro, I'm honestly glad that you dropped that guy as a friend. That guy is someone you should not be friends with. You should get as far away as possible from him because this is some unbelievably creepy, weird behavior. But why are you clarifying that he wasn't disabled, but he was still a bit weird? Bro, just because someone is disabled doesn't mean they're weird. Not all disabled people are weird. So basically, he stole his crush's workbook and every single night before going to bed, he would just goon all over the empty pages. Or maybe it wasn't even empty. Maybe he just started gooning all over her math notes or her English or science notes. Like there would have been pages of like science notes, like chemistry, all that stuff, and he just goons to the thought of her like handwriting, like her handwriting those notes because he knows that her hands have been on that paper, so he just goons onto it. Bro, that is so weird. And you said it smelled like blue cheese. Jesus Christ, that's when you know the goon is at least 2 months old. It sort of, when you age goon, it's sort of like 2 months old, it sort of smells like blue cheese. At the 1 month checkpoint, it sort of smells like salt and pepper. But if it's smelling like blue cheese, yeah, that's when you know it's at least probably 2 to 6 months old. So yeah, your friend definitely needs to get some help. That is definitely not normal behavior. In 8th grade, I had the worst crush on this girl who once said that she liked eating jelly beans. So I thought, being the alpha I am, I made her a full jelly bean experience. Different flavors, handwritten notes like this one reminds me of your laugh, a literal map of where to eat one around the school, and I sprayed the whole thing with Axe deodorant because I thought she'd associate the smell with me. I gave it to her and she said I'm allergic to most of these, and then she handed it back to me in front of the whole class. I was the jelly bean guy for the rest of the year, still flinch when I walk past candy aisles. Jesus Christ. I mean, you had good intentions. Like this actually would have been like decent. You actually could have pulled it off, but the one limiting factor was that she was literally allergic to them. Like this was probably the worst thing that could have like happened. If only she wasn't allergic. Like this would have been like double. Like this would have actually been like W-Riz. Like the amount of effort, like handwritten notes. This one reminds me of your laugh, bro. How can a jelly bean flavor remind someone of your laugh? Like what flavor is a laugh? Like what flavor is this laugh? Not funny to laugh. Like what flavor would you associate with that laugh? Like just drop it in the comments. If this video gets 1,000 comments, then I'm going to strip butt naked and twerk in front of the camera. But yeah, honestly, the intention was good. Like this would have actually been like genuinely, this would have been decent. Like if a girl did this to me, like I would 100% date them. But the only problem was that she was allergic, so she like literally could not eat them. So, but honestly, I think this is calm. This is actually calm, honestly. So I had this one time where it's Valentine's Day. Our teacher said we have to wear pink tight jeans and a white jacket with some heart patterns. So after the announcement, I went to a shop nearby my school and I saw my crush. I was thinking that I should confess to him before Valentine's to become his boyfriend, but as I walked over to him, I dropped my phone, but then my crush helped me pick it up. But then I said, no, it's okay, I can pick it up for myself. So I bent over and farted. The fart was loud as hell. Then he looked awkward and said, I think I'm gonna go now, and freaking walked away as fast as he could to avoid me, bruv. I became an aromatic person after that. Okay, maybe next time, allow your crush to pick it up for you. That would have been like a bonding moment for you. Like imagine if you both went and like picked it up at the same time and you like knocked heads. That would have been like some like anime type beat. But instead you tried to do it by yourself to prove that you're the alpha sigma male or female. I can't tell from this. And then you let it rip. You absolutely let it rip. What even is an aromatic person? What does that mean? Oh, you have no feelings towards others. Okay, damn. So this situation really messed you up that badly. But also, why is your teacher saying that you have to wear pink tight jeans and a white jacket with some heart patterns for Valentine's Day? Just one single day. Isn't that like a little bit creepy? Like pink tight jeans. Like that is a little bit creepy for a teacher to be requesting you guys to wear. Because if I went to that school, bro, first of all, I'm not with it. Like there is no way you are catching me in pink tight jeans. And second of all, even if they did request me to wear something reasonable, like if they wanted me to wear a gray gray t-shirt and like black track pants. If I didn't already have them in my wardrobe, there's absolutely no way I'm going to go to the store and buy clothes just for the sake of wearing it for Valentine's Day. Like, what even is Valentine's Day? Like, Valentine's Day is just like an excuse for like chocolate companies to sell you more chocolates. Like, what is the historical significance behind Valentine's Day? It is a day to celebrate romantic love, friendship, and admiration. Yeah, bro, this is like easily the most deletable holiday of all time. But honestly, yeah, this isn't that bad. This is only slightly questionable. When I was in 6th grade, there was a guy who had such a deep voice that it had me drooling. My drool literally hit my desk and dripped down to the floor. So one day I took a picture of him and took it home and stared at it for days and days and days. One day I decided to ask him out and he said no and called me a freak. I mean, no offense, but I do not blame him. How can someone's voice be so deep that it, like, physically has you drooling saliva out of your mouth so much that it, like, falls down onto the floor? That is a little bit creepy. That's a little bit freaky in his own words. Like, it's just a voice. Like, what if he was absolutely chopped? Like, what if he was the most clapped person you have ever seen in your entire life, but, like, he just had a deep voice? Can a deep voice really redeem someone so much that you take a photo of him and you take it home and you stare at it for days? Like, you don't even goon to it, you just stare at it. That is very creepy. That, like, I would be pretty creeped out if anyone did that to me. If anyone took a screenshot of this video and just stared at it for days, I would actually feel so creeped out. And so honestly, yeah, this is slightly questionable behavior. I don't blame your crush for rejecting you. No offense, of course. So basically, I had a huge crush on this girl a few years ago, and I did everything I could to get her to like me. Like, I would even drool at the thought of her in class. Anyways, one day I followed her to the girls' toilet, and I hid in the other stall beside hers. When she looked down on the floor, she could see me peeking under her stall and reported it to the teacher. I managed to see it, though. Bro, that is not only insanely creepy, but it is potentially illegal. That seems illegal. You are a pervert and a half. Like, you are actually beyond a pervert. What do you even call it? You are a creep. That is insane. Surely you can get, like, charged for that. Like, that does not seem legal. Like, just thinking about it, it just seems illegal. And this was a few years ago. Jesus Christ. I hope you've changed, like, since 3 years ago. This is like some serious stalker behavior. You follow her into the girl's toilet. That's red flag number 1. That's probably enough to send you to jail. Bro, why would you follow a girl into the girl's toilet? So yeah, honestly, you need a lot of help. This is definitely not normal behavior. You actually need to get some help. No offense. Like, get some help. So my crush went on holiday somewhere and my friends told me about it. I asked her how she knew and she said he posted it on his Snap story. So I started freaking out screaming, "He has Snap?" So after like a few shenanigans, I added him and even drew him fan art of his Bitmoji. After a few days, he spoke to me. He liked the fan art and we had a bit of a convo. My mindless brain posted the fan art in my school's Discord server with the message, "Fan art I made for my crush," and I included the reference in the art, which has his Snap user. Everyone knows this guy. Next day at school, my friend told me how almost everyone found out and I was quivering in my shoes, wanting to get out of school. Somehow the day went normally without anyone laughing at me, but like a day after, he found out himself and stuff went down and now we're just buddies, but my friends keep pushing me to ask him out. Sob. That is very creepy. That is a little bit insane. So the way that you figure out your crush has a Snapchat account is that your friends saw him post like a Snap story, but then your way of sliding into his DMs is to draw fan art of his Bitmoji. Bro, isn't a Bitmoji meant to look like you? And so it's like you're drawing fan art of him. That is like a little bit, no offense, it's a little bit creepy. Like, imagine it from his perspective, because he has no idea who you are, and then one day he receives an ad on Snapchat, he adds the person back, and that person sends him an image, like a fan art of him. It's fan art of him and he has no idea who you are. He's completely creeped out at this point, but apparently he liked the fan art. Okay, maybe he was just being nice, and then you have a conversation. Okay, you know what, you probably saved it from there. You honestly saved it. You could, it actually could have gone so well from here. But then I feel like posting the fan art into your school's Discord server, how does that idea enter your brain? No offense, but how does that enter your brain? Because that's basically telling the whole school who your crush is. And so now, bro, it's just gonna be really weird anytime anyone like sees you two together. But you're still buddies, which means he's not so creeped out that he wants to just get away from you, which means I think you actually still have a chance. You know what? Even though you keep making like the worst possible moves, I think you somehow still have a chance. Like, somehow, miraculously, you still have a chance. And so honestly, bro, just like stop doing creepy stuff. Just think before you actually do actions and ask him out. Okay, honestly, I feel like if you ask him out, he'll say yes. But yeah, honestly, yeah, you need a little bit of help, but you can recover this. You can actually recover this to calm. But yeah, at the moment, you need a little bit of help. Maybe ask your friends for some help.